and I've been working here at UMH for 4.5 years. Before that, I worked. I was been a nurse for 26 years, and before that, I was a hairstylist and I was a social worker. I worked in hospital nursing most of my career, and then I went into assisted living about 10 years ago. Well, I think at first when I started smoking, I was pretty young. I was in high school and everybody smoked, and I think it was a peer pressure thing. My parents smoked, my aunts and uncles smoked, pretty much everybody in my whole family smoked. I mean, I remember watching TV shows where the doctors on the TV shows smoked, you know. It was cool, it was something everybody did, and you know, so you just kind of go on and, you know, you do it, and once you start doing it, you become addicted. Well, first of all, being a nurse, I've always been very embarrassed about smoking, and I've always kind of tried to hide it. I call myself like a closet smoker. Most of my friends now don't smoke. My husband never smoked. My kids don't smoke. My friends don't smoke. So it's sort of something that you're embarrassed because you know as a healthcare professional that it's really bad for you and all the things that are wrong with it. So I kind of, you know, snuck around smoking and used the, you know, spray and the mouthwash and everything like that. Just because of that, I wanted to quit for a very long time, but this year I'm going to be 60 years old at the end of the year, and I'm thinking of my own, you know, mortality, and it starts, you know, weighing on you, you know, like you think you're young and, you know, really, you know, oh yeah, well you think you're invincible and, you know, nothing's ever going to go wrong, and I wanted to quit before something did. And also, you know, I was starting to have a little bit of a problem breathing, you know, which I think a lot of people that smoke, you don't realize until after you quit how much better you can breathe when you're done, you know, when you quit. I got a lot of support from my friends and family. People here at Wesley Village, very supportive. In the beginning, you know, it was wonderful, and you know, go on, you know, good for you and all that. I also used something called 1-800-QUIT-NOW. You call up and they send you a text like 3 times a week asking how you did, and you answer them, and then they tell you how long it's been since you smoked, how much money you saved, and they offer to send you, you know, aids like patches and gum and things like that. But also our insurance here at UMH also will cover that stuff for nothing, by the way. I felt like I got a lot of support. After a while, I think that people still need support. It's not an overnight thing. It's something that takes a long time. If you ever quit before, you understand that it stays with you for quite a long time, the cravings, and you have to go through a process. And I chose to do the patch method, the 3 different strengths of the patches, and now I'm still on the lowest one. I decided to do every other day. I'm trying to wean off of that. So the first part, usually what you do is you break the habit, and then the next part is you're working on breaking the addiction to nicotine. So it's really, really hard, and you just really have to want to. That's the whole thing. Quitting smoking, so many things. I now know just how much cigarette smoking was overtaking me. I just, at a certain time of the day, oh my God, I gotta go have a cigarette, I can't wait, you know. You don't have to stop your life to go smoke. I recently went on a trip to visit my brother in Tucson, Arizona, and I remember before traveling, I remember thinking, oh my God, I hope they don't come to pick me up because I have to get out there and have a cigarette first before they get here, you know, because they don't smoke, and, you know, things like that, you know. You don't smell, and one of the biggest things is that the money that I used to spend on cigarettes, I bought a new car, and that's my car payment to almost a T. It's $2 less. The car payment is $2 less than I spent on cigarettes. The first thing I would say is that you really have to want to, because it's very, very difficult. You need to have that drive to really want to, and you have to make a pact with yourself, and you have to ask people around you to give you as much support as possible, because it takes a long time, and you go through a lot of emotional and physical trauma. I would call it trauma. I felt like some days like I was just absolutely crazy. I felt like I was out of my head, and you really need to have support of other people to understand that what you're going through is something pretty serious. It's not, if someone doesn't smoke and they never went through it, they will never understand what it's like to withdraw from cigarette smoking. You have to make a choice every day not to smoke. That's what you have to do. And people, one of the things that people are always worried about is, that they'll gain weight. And that was one of my things that I was worried about too. But I didn't gain 1 pound, not even a pound, since I quit smoking, and it's going to be 3 months coming up. So I just think that you need to ask for support. I do recommend that you do the patches, and I recommend that you do it the whole thing, all the way through there's 3 levels. I recommend that you do that. I recommend that you use the gum. I recommend that you do anything that you need to do in order to save yourself from this terrible addiction. And afterwards, you're gonna have a lot of money left, and to spend a lot of money on a lot of other good things. Vacation, buy a car. And also, I found myself, I used to use an inhaler every day. I used an inhaler at least 2-3 times a day. I have not had to pick up my inhaler since I quit, 3 days after I quit smoking. I think any institution or any place that has healthcare, any kind of healthcare, should promote good health, and a tobacco-free environment. And I think it's a really good thing. I wish that a lot of the people that smoke had tried to do it before, because it's going to be, it's going to be difficult to do it when it's not really your choice, and it's something that you have to do. But I wanted everybody to know that I will be there. I work here 32 hours a week, and if anybody needs anything, I will be here to understand, to talk, or advice, or anything I can do to help. I will be here, because I know what it's like.